everyone! Today I'm going to show you how to cover up a hole in your jeans. First thing that I did is get the required length of the material and I'll show you how to do that in a second. You'll also notice that I got rid of the seam on the one side of the jeans. Also, don't worry about this because we cover that up later. Then I use my sewing machine to go around in zigzags to make sure that the hole is covered up completely. So I really hope that you enjoy this tutorial, and at the end of it I am also hoping to do a little embroidery tutorial to make sure that if you do want to cover up your hole, you can do. Firstly, take your jeans and flatten out the hole that you want covered. Then take a piece of material and cut enough fabric to cover up the hole. I usually add 2 centimeters on the edge all around the hole to make sure that when I am sewing diagonally that it goes onto the material and it's stable. Now turn your jeans inside out. Once you've done that, it's time to open up the leg on one side. The reason for that is so that it's much easier to use a sewing machine to cover up the hole. And there are 2 different seams on a jeans leg. There's one that's quite thick and it's really hard to get rid of unless we cut it. We don't want to do that because we want to wear the jeans again. That's why I recommend opening up the seam on the one that looks like this. On these particular jeans, it's on the outside of the leg. So what you do is literally take scissors, or I might even need to grab a needle to do this. Pull as much as you can and then cut that piece of thread. And then it's easier to pull later on. So keep doing that until you have enough of a gap. As you can see, I've got 2 holes, so I'm going to do it until both of these are open. As you can see, I went about 1 inch or 2 just above where my hole is, and then the same for the bottom one. Once you've done that, just neaten up the edges as much as you can using scissors, and sometimes they pull out like this. Now it's time to put the fabric onto the hole. Make sure this is on the inside of the jeans, so we've turned it inside out, we've put the hole on top, and what I'm going to do is pin it all around and then tack it as well. Now open up your jeans and obviously make sure that you're not actually sewing on both sides, because you don't want to end up having jeans that you can't wear. So what I usually do is start from either end, it doesn't matter. Then, as usual, put the nozzle down. And what we're going to do, we're going to use the options. That's the zigzag, but it also has like a line on the side of it as well. If you don't have that option, just use a normal zigzag. That should be fine. So we're going to sew this up and we're going to go like this. I'll show you also how I turn the jean around to do a zigzag with that pattern, because you'll have to keep the needle inside the material. finish up, what you might want to do is actually cut the edges just to neaten it up a bit inside. Make sure not to cut anything that you've actually sewn. And here you have it. Once you've finished with that, and you're certain that you've finished at the top, so you're certain you don't want to add any embroidery to it or other materials to it, then you can sew this seam back up. How you do that is turn it inside out and simply use your machine to sew a line, a straight line, and you don't even need to be worried about the straight line because you should already see where the old seam went.